New online coaches, are you ready to finally speak to your avatar, your ideal client, and print money using Instagram? Right now, you're probably posting content, but it's very general and it's vague, and therefore, you're not getting new traffic or new engagement on your Instagram page. You feel like you're going in circles doing the same thing and getting the same unwanted results day after day. I see this all the time. And lastly, you're lacking clarity on exactly how to create an offer that will attract clients to you on a daily basis. So that way you don't have to go reaching out to someone and wasting all your time doing cold DMs all day. Okay, if this sounds like you, then you are going to want to watch this entire video, and I'm going to break down exactly how to dial in your avatar, the 3 secret techniques, which I'm going to explain at the end, which, guys, if you use these 3 techniques to dial in your avatar, your offer, and your messaging, I promise you're going to at least double your income, okay? I only teach this to my clients, but I'm going to break down the 3 techniques at the very end, so you're going to want to stay. I use and how to apply this to your content that will attract that avatar, okay? So why does this matter? Guys, you want to start getting qualified leads coming to your page, so that way you have more opportunities to get on calls and close more deals. Okay, if no one's coming to your page, you're not getting new Instagram followers, if you're not getting new eyeballs on your page, and the people that are coming to your page, if they're not qualified, how are you going to close deals? Okay, you will spend less time convincing people in the DMs and on calls that they should work with you, which will make sales 10 times easier. So are you getting on calls and people are telling you that they need to think about it, and you're struggling to even convince them to get on a call? When you talk to the right people, they're coming to you asking you for help. And you'll be able to take action that will move your business forward instead of the same thing keeping you stuck. Okay, I see so many online coaches that literally post the same type of content day after day. They get 100, 200, 300 views every single video, no engagement, no new followers, and nothing's changing. It's because they lack the information in the system they need to implement to make that change, which I'm going to break down for you today. So if you're an online coach and you want to start printing 2 to 3 times more income every month, then you're going to want to watch this video. All right, let's get into it. So dialing in your avatar and offer. Guys, we got a lot to cover, so I want you guys to get out a pen and paper, take notes, and this could absolutely reprogram your entire business. All right. So dialing in your avatar and your offer. Step 1, identify a specific problem. Okay. This is big. Right now, you're trying to help people with different problems, okay? So if you're a fitness coach, you're trying to help guys that are fat, you're trying to help guys that are skinny, and therefore you're talking to multiple avatars who each have their own problems. I think we can both agree the way you lose fat and the way you build muscle are 2 separate things. The people that are experiencing these problems have different situations. They feel differently. So for example, the guy who's too skinny, he looks at his sleeve on his shirt and he sees his arm doesn't even fill up the freaking sleeve of the shirt. The shirt looks way too big on him, and that makes him self-conscious. His arm looks like a twig coming out of his shirt, right? And so this is what the guy who's too skinny is feeling. But on the other hand, the guy who's fat, he's self-conscious because he has to go buy an XXXL shirt, right? So you see that these are 2 different problems. And you can't speak to both at the same time because by speaking to one, you're turning off the other. So let's say someone who wants to lose fat comes to your page and they see a video on losing fat that you posted on your Instagram page. Okay, cool. So they keep scrolling, and then the next video they see is how to put on muscle mass and size, which is not what they need. So then they leave your page and they never think about you again. So you're literally missing opportunities to hook in your ideal client by talking about other stuff because you're not clear on what problem it is that you solve. Okay? So this is what we want. Someone comes to your page, they see a video on losing fat and think, wow, that's exactly what I'm dealing with. So this is called getting into your avatar's head. You need to think and understand how they think and understand their problem. And if you can express this in your content and also your offer solves this, you're going to be able to get people coming to you. Guys, I used to get like at least 1 DM a day of the keyword in my bio, like when I was doing fitness coaching, of people that wanted my help. I was still doing some outreach, and I was still grinding hard and working to get clients, but every day I had one freebie coming to me, minimum. Some days it was 2 or 3. Why? Because I knew exactly who I was speaking to and the problem that I was solving. So when you know this, okay, they come to your page and they say, wow, I'm dealing with that exact problem, and they really feel like you understand them. Then they scroll to the next video, and then this one's also talking about that same problem, losing fat, but it's talking about your experience losing fat. So this is relatable and builds your credibility because you've actually done it. And then they go to your story where you're breaking down your favorite meal for losing fat and why you eat it every day. Key, why you eat it every day. It's not just a picture of the food, but it's you explaining, this is what I use to lose 20 pounds. Here's why I think this is good. It fills me up. It does this. It's easy to prep. This, and this, You're giving your insight, which, by the way, we're going to talk about content and how to implement all this into your content in the second half of this video. But, guys, when you know your problem, you can be specific to exactly the pain points of that problem, and you're not switching around to different pain points that different avatars are experiencing, turning off both of them and getting no one. So action steps. Okay, and by the way, when people come to your page and they see you speaking directly to them over and over again, they follow you, and now you have another person watching all your stories, and sooner or later that person's going to reach out to you and they're going to buy. So what do you have to do? Determine the one problem you're going to solve, the one big problem. Answer these questions. How does this actually affect your avatar's day-to-day life? Your avatar is your ideal client, who it is that you're selling to and helping. Okay? How does your avatar feel about the effects this problem is having on their life? And 4, what thoughts does your avatar have about this problem when they're laying in bed at night that keep them up? What are their deep, deep thoughts, their insecurities that are keeping them up at night? What are they afraid of? Who are they afraid of? Who is judging them for having this problem? You need to get into your avatar's head. Guys, the stuff I'm breaking down in this video is the stuff you're not going to go find on some random YouTube video, right? This is specific. I see so many coaches that get on the call with me, and I'm looking at their Instagram, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like, who do you help? And they say, oh, I don't know, just I help guys gain confidence. And I go to the Instagram and it's all over the place, right? You need to be specific. So once you identify a specific problem that you're going to help your avatar with, step 2, you need to identify a specific promise. Okay, so you've got your problem. You've got how it affects your avatar, how they feel about it, and the deep thoughts they have regarding it. Okay? This is super crucial for creating your promise. So think to yourself, what does this person, your avatar, want more than anything else? Not what do they kind of want, what do they really want? So the skinny guy, of course the skinny guy wants to be shredded with a six-pack. Maybe he's skinny fat, right? But he's primarily skinny. Of course he wants a six-pack, but what do you think he wants more than anything? He wants to put on size. So even though you could say, yeah, get a six-pack like this, he's not thinking, oh, bro, I need to lose weight and get a six-pack. He's already skinny as hell. He's trying to get big. Okay, here's another perfect example I have for you guys. Let's say you're a social life coach, okay? And the problem you're solving for your clients is this. Every time they're going out to meet their friends and be in social venues, they feel anxious, awkward, and butterflies in their stomach, and they're laying in bed at night wondering why they only feel confident at venues when they beeline for the bar and hold a drink to their chest all night. First of all, can we just acknowledge how specific I got right there? And you see how it's so specific? It's not general, it's not vague, it's specific. It's what they're feeling. It's how this is affecting their life. It's how do they feel about it? How do they feel about how it's affecting their life, right? So let's answer this question. Which one of these is the number one thing this avatar wants? Do they want to make new friends? Do they want to go on more dates? Or do they want to feel confident in who they are? The third one. The third one is right. They ultimately want to feel confident in who they are. This person, as said in the problem that we're solving here, is they already have friends. They're going out to meet their friends. They're going out to social venues. They're going out They're past step one, because talking to someone who's going out and meeting their friends and feeling anxious when they get there and, at the social event, and talking to someone who's too scared to even leave their house and go make friends are two different people. But do you see how someone like a social life coach could get this confused and try to talk to both of these different avatars? They're two different problems, two different stages in the journey. Do you guys see what I'm getting at now? Now I want you to look at your business. Are you targeting different problems and all over the place, or are you specific with a specific problem? Now it's time to do some self-reflection and figure out, okay, how do I dial this in for me? So this person who has this anxiety, they already have friends, and maybe they're going on dates already. That is not the problem that they have. The problem is when they go out to meet these people at social venues, they feel an internal state of anxiety. And how does this manifest itself in real life? They go straight to the bar to get some alcohol. And then how do they feel about going straight to the bar and getting alcohol? Well, of course, they feel guilt and shame. They probably feel inadequate. They probably feel unworthy. They probably feel like something's wrong with them. They probably want to be like their friend Chad over here, who rises up all the girls, who's super confident and charismatic and is the group leader. This is probably what keeps them up late at night. This is their deep secrets, their deep desires, which here we'll talk about in a second. You see how specific we are on the problem, and how we can, because we're specific on the problem, how we can get really specific on the solution? Okay? The benefits to curing this could be making new friends and going on more dates. Sure, these could be benefits to curing that confidence, but the number one big promise needs to tackle what they want more than anything else. Okay? So action steps for creating your promise. 1, determine the one big promise you're going to help your avatar achieve that will solve the one specific problem that they're dealing with. Make it specific and include numbers. So don't say, I will help you get more confidence in social situations. Or I'll help you make more friends. Say, I'll help you make 5 close friends in the next 90 days or your money back. You see how that's way more enticing? So instead of saying gain more confidence, say, I'll help you triple your confidence in 90 days to finally be your authentic self when you go out. See, these are two completely different things. Gain confidence in this phrase, two completely different things. One's going to get you clients. One's going to make someone think, okay, this guy's just like everyone else. Okay, 3, what would achieving this affect their day-to-day life? Or I guess how would achieving this affect their day-to-day life? How would achieving this promise literally change their 24 hours in a day? What would be different in their day? Right? If they have the confidence to go out and be their authentic self, well, now they're the group leader. And what does that mean? Now people are texting them, asking them, what are the plans for tonight? And why is that important? Because deep down, they have this belief and this desire to feel important, to feel like they're worthy, to feel like other people need them, to feel significant in the lives of others. They have this desire from maybe when they were a kid that they want to fulfill. They have this hole of unworthiness that they want to fill, and now that the other people in the group are texting them, now they're able to fill this hole, this gap, that they've been missing their whole life. Do you see how deep this is and how specific it is? These are real people on the other side of the screen with real problems. And if you have gone through the transformation, you're a coach, you're an online coach, you're helping people solve a problem, you really need to think to yourself, like, how am I affecting people's lives with this big promise? And you got to get clear on this. So what would achieving this, how does achieving this affect their day-to-day life? How would they feel about achieving this? And lastly, this is important, what do they secretly desire more than anything that they don't tell anyone about? What are their selfish motivators? They want to be the group leader. They want the girls to flock around them. They want other people to smile and get in a better mood when they enter the room. They're jealous of Chad over here, who's the most socially confident person they've ever seen. Do you see? So now we've got our specific problem and our specific promise. Let's go on to the next step, which is we need to create a specific process, okay? Otherwise known as our unique mechanism. So we've got our specific problem and promise laid out. Now let's briefly talk about how to create your process. So you want to break down the big problem into pillars that each solve mini problems. Okay? And I'll give you an example so you guys can really understand what I'm saying here. But for each pillar, you need to determine like a problem, a mini problem that it solves, how you're going to solve it, what the benefit is going to be. Remember, people don't buy the how or the features of your program or service. They buy how it's going to benefit them. Okay? And then lastly, we need to figure out how we're going to market this in a unique, in a new way. So example, let's go back to the first example. You're helping skinny guys pack on 30 pounds in 3 months. Okay, there's obviously different parts to this, right? So there's different things that need to change for someone to start building muscle. The first thing that we can talk about is pillar 1. The problem is they're not eating enough. They're getting full too easily. They're skipping meals, right? This is the first mini problem. The big problem is they're too skinny. Now, why is that? What are the mini problems we need to solve? Their eating is not right. So how are we going to solve it? We're going to have them track their calories. They're probably eating less than they think they're eating. We're going to include high calorie dense foods into their diet. We're going to eat less food at each meal, but eat more frequently to get more calories in throughout the day. And we're going to drink your calories so you're not as full, right? So this is how we're going to solve that problem. Now, what's the benefit? You will eat all your required calories to pack on lean muscle and see the number on the scale increase. And now here's the key. So you can finally start to fill out your clothes, feel confident with your shirt off, see your bicep vein. Do you guys see how like these are like hardcore benefits right here? Fill out your clothes, feel confident. This is what people care about. They don't care about the 30 pounds of muscle. 30, 29, 31, who cares, right? This is what they actually want. So that's going to be the benefit of pillar 1. Now, how do we market this pillar in a unique and a new way? We can't say, oh yeah, we're going to track calories. Because what if they've tried to track calories before and they failed, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to name this pillar the effortless eating formula, right? And then we're going to create another pillar. Pillar 2 is based around the problem that they have an ineffective training program. And pillar 3 is based around the fact that they have limiting beliefs. So these are the 3 mini problems: the eating, the training, and the beliefs and the mindset. Okay? Each pillar can have subsections, which I'll call key components. This is going to describe the how the pillar fixes the problem. Okay? So here, I'm going to give you guys a complete example here in a second. So we create a name for the entire process. Each of the pillars combined is the entire process. This entire process is our unique mechanism. Our mechanism for getting results that's unique and different to everyone else on the market. So we need to name it something. So look at this example. We're going to call our unique mechanism the muscle mass method. And pillar 1 is going to be the easy eating formula. Which, what I'm going to have them do, and these are the keys, or I'm going to have them track their calories and drink 2 shakes a day. Pillar 2 is going to address the problem that they're training inadequately. So it's going to be the 3R system, based around doing the right reps, the right RPE, so like basically intensity, and recovering properly. And then pillar 3 is going to be based on removing limiting beliefs, and I'm going to call it effortless execution, which is going to involve affirmations and visualization. Now, even though someone might have tried tracking their calories or making mass gainer shakes in the past, they've never tried your easy eating formula. So even though the easy eating formula consists of different components that people might have tried before, you're marketing it in a new and different way. Not a better way. You're not going to come out here and say, guys, you were tracking calories wrong before. You need to track calories like this. No one wants better. As soon as they fail, as soon as your avatar fails or gives up with a method, in their mind, it doesn't work because it didn't work for them. So you can't come to them and reintroduce the method because the first thing they're going to think is, oh, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me, right? So what you want to do is you want to say, no, we're not. You don't want to really like get too in depth into the program, especially on sales calls and stuff like that. You're just going to say it's the easy eating formula. I have a different way, a new way of going about your diet. Okay? And you do this for all three pillars. So I want you guys to really understand the power of this. People don't want better, they want new. Package your program as something new. Say, you got to take the blame off them. Yeah. You tried tracking calories before, but it's not your fault. It's because tracking calories, like how everyone tracks them, doesn't work. This is a new way to eat. Okay? You guys need to ingrain this in your head, because I promise you, you will get way more clients asking you for your program and your process as soon as you start doing this. This is how I went 0 to 10,000 in 30 days. So your action steps: identify 3 mini problems, 2 to 5, but I like 3. 3 is the sweet spot. That all need to be solved to solve the one big problem. Identify how you are going to solve each of these mini problems. Identify the benefit for the avatar for solving each of these mini problems. Then name each pillar something unique, and then name the entire process, your unique mechanism. Okay? And then for the how, you can break it into subsections, right? Or keys. So this is how you're going to create your process. All right. So now we've identified the specific problem. We've identified the specific promise. We've created our specific process. Notice how I say specific. The biggest problem I see is everyone's so general and so vague. Okay, let's go into part 2 of this video. This is going to be maybe a little bit longer, but it's okay, guys. This is freaking packed with value, and this is exactly how I grew my business. So how do you now take that unique mechanism and market it and speak to your avatar directly to your avatar through your content? Okay, first things first. You need to go deeper than surface level. Too many online coaches are all surface level. They're just talking about the lose 20 pounds, get the abs. Okay, but why do they want the abs? How is getting the abs going to make them feel? Why do they want the result? So every time you talk about a problem, talk about how it's affecting their life. How do they feel about this? Why is this keeping them up at night? How do others mention this problem to them? How does this problem affect multiple different areas of their life? So how is their lack in fitness affecting their work and making money and their dating and their relationships with friends? Like, how is this affecting every area of their life? Every time you talk about a promise, it needs to include why do they want it? What would it change in their day-to-day life to accomplish this? How would that make them feel? How would achieving this affect every aspect of their life? What type of person would they become through accomplishing it? And how would being that person fundamentally shift their mindset, behaviors, and results? Do you guys see how these questions, by answering them and conveying them in your content, it's way, way more impactful than the surface level BS that most coaches are posting about? Okay? The second thing, create the gap between where they are and where they want to be. We're creating a gap, and we need to make that gap big, and we need to emphasize that gap. Show, don't tell. That you understand what it's like to be in their situation, and also that you have now made it to the other side. This is going to build credibility and make people trust you. So the way to do this is with before and after videos. And, okay, a side note here. Before and after videos. When you make a video, it needs to have a good hook. This is really important for before and after videos. A text hook, a visual hook, and an audio hook. I see this too often. Coaches are posting before and afters, but their text hook is like some BS. Make your text hook related to one of these questions. Like, you show the before, and the text hook is something about the problem, but not just like, it's not like me when I was overweight. Being overweight was ruining my life. No. Why is being overweight keeping them up at night? So it could be like a picture of you overweight, and it could be like girls getting out. At this point in my life, I was getting rejected every weekend, or something like this. Do you guys see how that's different? Like, the before needs to not just be like, okay, I was overweight, but like how did that affect your life, and how is it affecting your avatar's life? That's why you need to get very clear on all these questions, because you're going to take the answers to the questions and put it right into your marketing. And then when you put it into your marketing, people think, holy crap, this guy understands me. And then they DM you the keyword in your bio, as long as your profile is optimized. And then when they DM you, they're not DMing you just for the heck of it. You don't have to convince them. They're DMing you because they're already pre-sold, because your content is so good, because you're so clear in your messaging, because you speak directly to them. So that way they quickly get on a call with you, and on the call they're already sold. This is why the Ascension, the entire system, each piece funnels into the next one. So I promise you guys, if you start creating a bigger gap by not just talking about service level BS, but deeper stuff, people are going to resonate with it more. Not just anyone, but your avatar. So before and after videos are golden. You need these type of videos. Make them often and exaggerate the transformation. Put you at your lowest point and you at your best point. Talk about what it used to be like for you in their position and now what your life looks like on the other side. This is motivating, this builds credibility, and this makes them feel like, wow, this person really gets what it's like to be in my position because they were there. And you can do the same thing with client results. As soon as you start getting clients and getting them results, you can post their before and afters and stuff like that, which will do the same exact thing. So now that you've created this gap, you need to position your unique mechanism, your method, your process, as the only thing they need to close the gap. So if you are a fitness coach, I'm just giving an example here, right? And your avatar is someone who's overweight and they want to lose weight, you need to, in your content, convey the fact that keto won't allow them to lose weight, that paleo won't allow them to lose weight, that this training split won't work and this won't work. You need to disqualify everything else that your avatar might be thinking about trying or has already tried. Okay, so that way, as you start to discount everything else, the only thing that is left is your mechanism. Your mechanism is the freaking way to do it. And you should believe it, because your mechanism should be how you did it, right? You're teaching others what you've gone through. So you should have full conviction that your way is the best way because it worked for you and you can get other people these results. So disqualify other methods that people are using to achieve your promise. Don't explain in detail the how. So you don't need to talk about like track your calories. No. The easy eating method. Remember? The easy eating method? So always refer to your unique mechanism and your pillars, calling them by the name you gave them. This way it's something new. Never mention that you use methods that are commonly used in your coaching space. So like I said, never talk about tracking calories if you're a fitness coach, right? Because you don't want to turn off everyone that's tried that. You want to talk about your method. So if you say tracking calories and everyone who's tracked them and failed will not want to hire you. Instead, just say easy eating formula when referring to how they eat. These are the way to solve your problem, no other way. So you need to convince people in your stories and your reels that your way is the best way and it's the only way. If they're not using your way, they're missing out. Okay, next, insight over information. This is so huge. Avoid talking about anything that can be easily Googled. For example, 3 bicep exercises to get massive biceps. Instead, do this, okay? And this could be this could be you speaking to the camera to hook them in, or it could be a text hook, or it could be in the caption. But your hook, instead of doing some generic BS, do this. I was stuck with small arms for years until I started doing these 3 bicep exercises. Do you guys see how that's different? It's way different, and it registers way different in the prospect's mind. You're telling your story. So now everyone who currently has small arms is going to watch that and say, wow, I relate to this. I relate to this. And you can even post like a video of you with small arms before you made your transformation. And you see how we're tying this all together? So they relate to you, they feel like you understand them, and they trust that you can solve their problem. And this can be applied in many ways, okay? But the key principle you want to understand is that you always want to give your opinions, your thoughts, your values. It should always be, I did this. You should never, because what happens and what I see is a problem that kills a lot of people's growth on Instagram when they're trying to grow their coaching business, is they put themselves on a pedestal, or it seems that way, because they're always like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. Reframe it. Stop like giving advice, but tell your story and how you implemented your unique mechanism, your pillars, into your own life, and how that made a difference in your life. Do you see the difference here? You're teaching through your own experience. And this is your insight. This is what people actually care about, is you. Because there's so many online coaches probably in the same space as you. So how do you differentiate yourself? It's definitely not by giving the same information that everyone else is doing, right? It's through your insight. People buy from people. If they just wanted the solution, they could go chat GPT it. So don't just be the generic information guy, always be insightful. All right, and lastly, authentic attraction. You need to shift people's beliefs through your content. The moment you shift someone's beliefs, they will feel the need to pay you back, get on a call, and join your program. Ask yourself, how is posting a back workout going to shift your avatar's belief? How is posting tips and tricks going to shift their belief? It won't. Only through your insight will you be able to shift their belief. The way you shift beliefs is with a high level of conviction. The only way to achieve a high level of conviction on camera is to be fully authentic. Ask yourself when you're about to post on your story or post a reel of you talking, did my voice, demeanor, or energy change from when I hit record to when I stopped recording? There should be no difference between the way you talk to a good friend and the way you sound on camera. If there was an actual friend right here sitting right beside me and I was explaining these principles to them, this is exactly how I would explain it to them, how I'm explaining it to you guys. Okay? A lot of the time we want to appear to be perfect. We're worried about how certain people are going to perceive us. We stutter when we talk, or we stutter and then we talk down on ourselves like, oh, holy crap, now I got to restart. You see how this is like, and then we're trying to fake a persona. So how do you avoid this and be your true self? One key. You have to reprogram your subconscious mind to see yourself as a new person, removing limiting beliefs and gain your worth internally instead of externally. You need to stop thinking, oh, what is this person going to think? And what is this person going to think? You need to know who you are. So you might be asking, like, Anish, like, how exactly do I do this? I used a program. It's called TIR. It's something I teach now. But it's a 12-week program, 12 to 24-week program that completely changed the way I saw myself. And I give it to all my clients in my program. But let's say you're not in my program, even though you should be if you want to scale your business, and you want to reprogram your subconscious mind. Here are some tips. You need to create an identity, a very clear identity of who it is that you want to be. You want to speak clearly on camera. When you open your mouth, other people listen. You always know the right thing to say. Write down exactly who it is you want to be. How much money do you want to make? Get clear on where you want to go, and you need to repeat those things to yourself day after day, all day, every day. Saturate your conscious mind, your thinking mind, with the person you want to be, and attach feeling to it consistently over a long enough period of time, and you're going to reprogram your subconscious mind. All right, there's a quick little masterclass. Now, here we go, guys. This is what you've been waiting for. This is what I talked about at the beginning of the video. If you've watched this far, you're serious about growing your business, so I'm going to give you some really, really actionable advice here that I promise you're not going to find anywhere else. So, the 3 specific techniques. How do you so remember these questions that I showed you over here? How do you answer these questions and get into your avatar's head? There's 3 ways to do it. Let's dive into it. So, specific techniques to dial in your avatar and your offer. 1, personal experience, which is probably what you've been using to fill out those questions. You've just kind of been winging it. Like, what exactly keeps your avatar up at night? And you're thinking, okay, this probably keeps them up at night. This probably does. I know this used to keep me up at night. So you're kind of guessing and using your experience to answer the questions. Now, these 2 things that I'm about to talk about are literal hacks to get inside of your avatar's brain. Now, what do I mean? All right, online research, Reddit, YouTube, and ChatGPT. I'll briefly break this down for you. Okay, let's say you are a fitness coach. This is just an easy example, and you help guys put on muscle. So watch this. How do I put on more muscle? Reddit. Okay. How to gain muscle mass. How to gain muscle mass. Okay. Reddit is like a blogging post, right? So, oh, it's deleted. Okay. So, let's see. This is people giving advice, right? Look. So this is like what everyone else thinks that you should be doing. So this is like how you're gonna package your stuff a little bit differently. Oh yeah, I gotta eat a lot, probably put on some fat. Well, you're already pretty lean. So probably. Look, watch what I'm about to do. Okay, the post was deleted, so that wasn't a good example. Okay, look, people are gonna tell you their problems. With the New Year's around the corner, I want to try once again to be consistent at the gym and finally get in good shape. I have an awkward body since I'm skinny fat. Look at this. Okay, boom. Copy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go right over here. Okay. And we're just going to say, what thoughts does your avatar have about this problem when they're laying in bed at night keeping them up? Oh, snap. And we're just going to paste the exact words that we found from our avatar online into the answer of the question. Do you guys understand the power of this? You're literally going online, you're finding exactly what your avatar is struggling with, and then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a piece of content saying, if I was skinny fat and had an awkward body, here's what I would do. I would make it as a reel. And then my ideal client who's skinny fat, what are they going to do? They're going to watch that and think, holy shit, this guy's in my brain right now. He understands me. He's the one I need to buy from. I need to give this guy my money. All right. I think you guys get the point. I could talk about this all day. But, obviously we don't have all day here. But you can do the same thing with YouTube and ChatGPT. You guys get the point. You can go online, Google on YouTube how to build muscle, and go look at the comments, and you'll find people literally describing the answers to those questions in the comments. And then you can ask ChatGPT, give you great answers as well. And lastly, market looping. Okay, what market looping is when you get in the DMs or on sales calls with prospects, and you ask them the questions that you need to ask them for the 3-story sales framework. Things like, what are you struggling with? Where do you want to be? Where are you right now? How does that make you feel? Basically the same questions right here that you're going to figure out about your avatar. You need to ask them in the DMs, and you need to ask them on sales calls. And what you do is you take notes while you're on sales calls of what they're telling you. Then what you do is you take the exact words that they told you on the sales call, and you implement that right back into your content. And this is called market looping. We figure out what they're struggling with, and we loop it right back into our content. Okay? So there's a brief breakdown. I promise you these things you're not going to find anywhere else. Guys, this is how you speak to your avatar. This is how you get people to connect with you and reach out to you, asking you for help so you can close deals effortlessly all day, every day. You're on sales calls every single day. This is how I went 0 to 10,000 in 30 days. And I'm literally, think about this, I'm giving you the blueprint of how I went 0 to 10,000 in 30 days and made 6 figures online coaching. I'm not special. I'm no different than you. I've figured out the system as to what you need to do, and I promise you if you do these things, you will get the same results. You just have to implement what I'm teaching here. Don't just watch this video and then go back to doing the same BS you were doing before. Answer the questions under the action steps. Do these 3 specific techniques. Go look on Reddit and YouTube and figure out what exactly is your avatar struggling with, and then put it right back into your content. Guys, all right, lastly, if you're ready to finally hit 8,000 a month, which is, if you don't know, 6 figures, 100,000 over the course of a year, consistently and reliably with a proven system, go down to the description of this video and book a call to speak with me. Let's come up with a customized strategy to work together and finally scale your business using the Ascension System. Guys, I've spent over $100,000 on mentorship for how to grow a coaching business, this is how I know exactly what needs to be done to grow a coaching business. I've been a part of multiple mentorships. I've been doing this for the last 2 years since 2023, and I blew up my business after having 0 clients for 8 months to 10,000 in 30 days to 6 figures in 4 months. How? Because I created my own system called the Ascension System, and I will get you to 8,000 per month in 4 months, at least 8,000 a month in 4 months. Or I will send you back all your money. As long as you do the work and are participating in the program, if you don't get to 8,000 a month, I'll take all the money you send me and send it back, because I know that this works. Trust me, guys, I know this works. I know the ins and outs of online coaching. So go ahead and book a call below to speak with me if you want to grow your business. Obviously, you're serious. You made it all the way to the freaking end of this video. So last thing, go ahead and comment anything down below that you want to see, that you're struggling with, okay? Or reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram is just my first and last name, Anish Surti, and DM me on Instagram any questions you have, and we can talk there. But guys, if you're serious about getting to 8,000 a month, go ahead and click the link in the description, and let's get to work. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video.